won't believe what was just caught on camera in a quiet corner of Los Angeles late last night. This isn't just another business trip, it's a moment that proves the bond between Taehyung and Jungkook truly transcends time and distance. Prepare your hearts, because what we're discussing today is living proof that Taekook is more than just a name, it's a sanctuary for the sincerest of feelings. Hello, K-pop lovers! Welcome back to the Taekook Diary channel, our special place to share warm moments, fascinating stories, and those sweet interactions between Taehyung and Jungkook that never fail to make ARMY smile. It all began when Incheon Airport suddenly turned into a chaotic sea of flashing cameras that simply wouldn't stop. We all know that BTS departing for the United States is always headline news, but this time, there was something undeniably different in the air. Taehyung appeared with his signature blend of mystery and elegance, while Jungkook followed with that energetic stride that always makes us swoon. However, look closely at how they stole glances at each other amidst the suffocating crowd of media and fans. There was a strange sense of calm about them, as if they were sharing a massive secret known only to the two of them. Sharp-eyed ARMYs surely noticed that their outfits, though appearing casual, had tiny matching details that perfectly complemented one another. The emotional vibration was palpable from the very first step they took into the departure terminal, sparking widespread speculation about what would truly unfold in the States. As soon as they touched down in Los Angeles, the atmosphere shifted into something magical and overflowing with raw emotion. The United States has always been a witness to the long history of their careers, but V and Jungkook's return this time felt like a homecoming to a place where their most precious memories are locked tight. Rumors of a secret project began to swirl wildly, but fans were far more focused on how the two seemed inseparable from the moment they exited the private arrival gate. In the middle of a super-packed rehearsal schedule for a massive concert awaited by millions, they seemed to create their own protective bubble. Nothing could break the natural synchronization that occurred as they walked side by side under the scorching California sun. Every movement they made seemed to tell a story of a long-suppressed longing that had been held back for months amidst their individual schedules, which had been so incredibly demanding of their time and energy. The most heart-wrenching yet soul-warming moment happened during a closed-door rehearsal session at the magnificent SoFi Stadium. A staff member who happened to be there whispered a story that makes us all want to cry happy tears. During a long break after dancing for hours without end, Taehyung was seen sitting exhausted in a dark corner of the stage. Without being asked or called, Jungkook approached him, carrying a bottle of cold mineral water. However, it wasn't the water that captured everyone's attention, it was the way Jungkook gently wiped the sweat from Taehyung's forehead with such sincere care. It was a small gesture that spoke 1,000 words about protection and deep affection. They both fell silent for a moment, just staring into each other's eyes in a profound silence amidst the empty, hollow stadium. It was as if time had stopped moving just to give them a moment to breathe away from the crushing pressures of the world. The emotional tension reached its peak when night fell and they decided to take a casual stroll around the iconic Santa Monica Pier. Despite being heavily guarded, their aura of happiness radiated so clearly that it was impossible for anyone to ignore. Under the colorful neon lights and the soft roar of the crashing waves, there was a brief moment where Taehyung wrapped his arm tightly around Jungkook's shoulder. This wasn't just a casual hug between teammates, it looked like a long-awaited embrace that had been deeply missed, a form of validation that they belonged to one another in this crazy world. Many ARMYs who saw blurry photos from a distance felt that this was a true heart-to-heart moment. They weren't acting for professional cameras, they were simply two souls finding comfort in one another. The longing we could only guess at through social media posts was now standing vividly before our very eyes. The magic continued as the concert's peak night opened with a truly spectacular explosion of fireworks. On stage, their professionalism is undeniable, but it was the spontaneous interactions between the ballad songs that truly stole the show that night. While singing an emotionally charged song, Taehyung's voice trembled slightly, and Jungkook, who was on the other side of the stage, immediately drew closer and gave him the sweetest, most encouraging smile in the world. They often communicate solely through eye contact, a secret language they have developed over more than a decade together. The audience in the stadium could feel a powerful surge of energy, a bond that goes far beyond being co-workers or even brothers. This was proof that their return to the US wasn't just about business or contracts, but a journey to recharge their emotional energy that had been drained by an exhausting global routine. Behind the grandeur of the stage, stories emerged about how they spent time at a local recording studio in Los Angeles. Several music producers commented on how harmoniously their voices blended together, creating a frequency that can only be produced by two people with a powerful spiritual chemistry. Taehyung often provided creative input in a soft tone, and Jungkook always listened with an undeniable look of admiration on his face. In intimate moments like these, we realize that their growth as artists goes hand in hand with the maturation of their relationship. They support each other's dreams without a hint of competition. Every note they produce is a love letter to the fans, but also a promise that they will always be there for each other, no matter what obstacles they must face in an uncertain future for a global group as massive as BTS has become. Behind the grandeur of the stage, stories emerged about how they spent time at a local recording studio in Los Angeles. Several music producers commented on how harmoniously their voices blended together, creating a frequency that can only be produced by two people with a powerful spiritual chemistry. Taehyung often provided creative input in a soft tone, and Jungkook always listened with an undeniable look of admiration on his face. In intimate moments like these, we realize that their growth as artists goes hand in hand with the maturation of their relationship. They support each other's dreams without a hint of competition. Every note they produce is a love letter to the fans, but also a promise that they will always be there for each other, no matter what obstacles they must face in an uncertain future for a global group as massive as BTS has become. Now that we've witnessed all these sweet and emotional moments, one thing is for certain: the Taekook bond remains one of the most beautiful things in the world of K-pop. Their journey to America wasn't just about massive concerts or song promotions, it was about keeping the fire of friendship and love burning bright in their hearts. So, which moment made your heart race the fastest? Was it the airport scene or that touching interaction on stage last night? Let us know how you feel in the comments below. Let's share our happiness as ARMY. Don't forget to give this video a like if it made your day a little brighter. Subscribe to the Taekook Diary channel so you never miss another sweet moment, and share this video with your friends who also miss their warmth. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Keep supporting them with all your love, and I'll see you in the next video.